Force G, stop jumping on that bed, boy. Yeah, you've been jumping on the bed all morning, man. That's enough of that, bro.
What?
What you gonna do now? Climb on my chair? Hey, what do you mean no filming? Come on, man. Folks, this dude, he gets up, he's full of energy. He's a climber, jumping. My goodness. Comes over here to my desk and goes shopping. Alright folks, rolling with wife number one up in the tricycle today. Rolling in the Lamborghini. We're headed over to Alongapo. Gonna check out Harbor Point Mall. Just looking around at some camera gear. But it's a beautiful day here in the Philippines on the beautiful Subic Bay. I want to thank everybody for joining us here.
I-drop muna natin na, kuya. Para makuha kung ano.
Here's just a look around. I'll give you a look around Barrio Barreto. Okay, I guess we're gonna drop off some laundry first. That's good. Maybe you can get my laundry back today. There's you a look at the Debbie Mart. Not too much traffic. I think today is, what's today? Maybe Wednesday? I think today is Wednesday. Folks, I'm shooting on a Sony RX100 Mark V in 1080p, 60 frames. Let me put my camera down. I got officials here at the checkpoint. Okay, so I stand corrected. You sure today is Tuesday? Okay, so today is Tuesday. Folks, check out the trash truck here. That's a trash truck, which in America we call that a dump truck. But here, a lot of times a regular dump truck is a trash truck. They pack that thing full. We got a little ukai market here. Look, see if you see our shoes, baby. And nope. That dude's got that trash truck. Stacked up to the brim on it. See what's happening at the Jollibee. This Jollibee if you're going northbound into Zambales, the checkpoint is still there. Still got a checkpoint going north. The southbound checkpoint is wide open. And no traffic today. But man, on the weekends, you know, you got so much traffic. Going through Barrio Barreto, getting backed up because of that damn checkpoint. Gonna get some fuel here. See what's going on. We got a flat tire right there. Got a broke wheel. Trike can let you off right here at the walkway over the river. And you see there's Harbor Point Mall over there. So Jason's gonna let us off right here, and then we'll just come back here. That way you don't have to take a taxi if you don't mind walking across. across the river. So here we go.
Ha? Oo. I'm the one who...
Yeah, you can wear that?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so here you go. If you want to come over here to Harbor Point Mall and you're taking a trike, you just come over here next to the hospital, next to all these superheroes. There are some huge tilapia in there. There's a look around. Look at all them fish. I'm gonna check out some camera gear in here. I'll show you a little camera gear store. That's where I bought my drone, my DJI drone. I think I bought the Pocket there. No, maybe I bought that over in Angeles. But it's a hidden little store up here if you're looking for like little mounts and specific camera goods and all that stuff. So here we go, going into Harbor Point. Okay, so here we are, loose in Harbor Point Mall. And folks, all I remember is it's up on the second floor. Oh, so you remember where it's at? I think it's next to the Merrill store, right? I might be able to find me a new pair of shoes at the Merrill store while we're here. But I don't know. I don't have a lot of good luck with Merrills. People keep taking them. Well, I'll take that. One pair got stolen, the other pair got lost. Oh, we got the Sony store. Got the Sony store over there. I thought Fatima's looking cute today. She tried to put on these granny shorts, and I vetoed that. I said nobody wants to look at them granny shorts. There's Samsung on the right. All your electronics up here. I can't remember the name of the store. I have to go back and look at my own video to remember where I was at. That's pretty poor when you can't remember where you went to. That's a good thing about making videos. You just go back to the video. Okay, now over there is the Merrill store. So if you're looking for a new pair of Merrills, is it closed? I want to investigate this. Is this it, baby? All right, folks, right here is called Urban Gizmo, Urban Giz, not Jizz. It's called Urban Giz. They got all the camera gear you can think of, from tripods to lenses. So I'm gonna go in here and see if they have the DJI Osmo or the DJI Pocket 2. I still got Christmas music going on, but I don't know. The Merrill store is closed. So according to the young lady, the Merrill store has not opened up during this whole this drama, this shutdown. But if you're looking for some good camera equipment, they got everything from DJI drones to Sonys to Canons. They do have the Hero 9, and well, it looks like they got it in stock. Now they are out of the DJI Pocket 2, the Creator Combo they're out of, but that's 30,000 pesos if you're interested. But right here, it's called Urban Giz, and it's right next to all of the cell phone stores. My God, I don't know how people work in there all day wearing these fucking face shields. That was brutal. Folks, you can't even fucking see. You're in there trying to fucking shop. You can't even fucking see with the goddamn face shield on. I don't see how people do it. How the hell do you work wearing this stupid thing all day? I mean, if you're grinding on some angle iron, I understand. But if you're trying to look at papers and numbers, and I couldn't see shit in that thing. All right, time to go find Jason. Go on to the next location. We're gonna head up to SM City Longapo. This is the old SM, which is not a very good SM, especially back when it was our only SM. Trying to take the babies in the stroller over there. It was just not a good location. It's cramped. But I'm on the hunt for a crock pot. Oh, Eric has taught me into buying a crock pot so I can start cooking some roasts. Little meat, potatoes, carrots, you know, it's a simple roast. So I'm on the hunt for a crock pot. I think this is where he said he found them. I guess I should text him and ask him, but we're here, so we'll take a look around at the old SM. It's got a really nice sidewalk area for this last portion coming up here. You don't see too many nice sidewalks in this country. But there you go, nice. Thank everybody for joining us on today's walking video. Me and wife number one out on the loose here in Longapo. If you're not a subscriber on our channel, bottom right hand corner of your screen, I want you to hit that overstay road sign. Get on board our train, folks. We certainly appreciate it. Food, beer, visas, bad behavior. But right now, I'm on the hunt for a crock pot. Baby, you know what a crock pot is? You don't? It's like a rice cooker, but it don't shut off. It's like got a temperature control. So you can slow cook in it all day. And I basically use our rice cookers as a crock pot, but I'm looking for a proper crock pot to make some nice roasts and some stews in. Alright folks, just a look outside. If you're looking for cheaper smartphone stuff and cables, got some shops right outside the SM, which are probably a lot cheaper than inside the SM. These yellow jeepneys are pretty. I like the color on the yellow. Man, the old lady's beautiful. Sometimes I always forget how beautiful she is. You gotta love it. I mean, you got so all these places, you know, obviously you gotta wear this face shield. So all these little vendors all around all four corners of the mall, what are they selling? These damn things right here, which are gonna end up in the ocean. These things are gonna end up in the ocean, the same thing these things are, you know, fucking up the oceans. Fucking China. Motherfuckers. Back here sleeping. Nice cool breeze back here, man. Getting a good nap. Alright, man. How we gonna get out of here? Get boxed in. I'll let him figure that one out. But, you know, nice cool spot to park back here. But you just gotta figure out how to get out of here. No problem. Let them work on that. We'll come over here and take a look at the river. So there you go. That's where we were at, Harbor Point. You got the pure gold over that direction. Looking back towards the walkway. Let's load them up. All right. Folks, loading them up. Time to ride up out of here. Okay, folks, pulling out back onto Rizal Avenue. Shop over here called Super Balls. I guess that's where you buy your lottery tickets. All right, folks. So Savers has no idea what a crock pot is either. I think Eric already told me about his experience, but I'm doing the same shit, man. They're like, hey, do you have a crock pot? It's like this puzzle look. You're like, it looks like a rice cooker, but it has a temperature control. Now the one guy did say, you mean a pressure cooker? I'm like, no, sort of like that, but it's just a rice cooker with a temperature knob. Nobody knows what a crock pot is. I gotta text Eric, baby. Should have done that from the get-go, but kind of adventuring around, looking at puzzle faces about a crock pot. You know what a crock pot is? Alright folks, we're going to be turning left on the Dewey Avenue, coming into the Collicline gate. but there's no trike, so he'll have to park over here to the right-hand side. There's a lookout at the river. So we'll just have him park up here to the right, and me and the old lady are gonna go walk about a bit. And Jason's just parked over there. Again, no trikes allowed on the base, same way it is in Clark. So we're just gonna take a little walking tour down to Texas Joe's if all goes well. Show you guys what's going on over that way. Because I just realized I had the wind reduction setting off this whole damn video. Probably nothing but wind noise. There you go, 33.59 on the diesel, 49.55 on unleaded. Folks, living in Southeast Asia, especially the Philippines, sidewalks are something that you really don't pay a whole lot of attention to in the West because you just take them for granted. And then when you move over here to places like this, you really start to appreciate when you have sidewalks. Now look at this. There's sidewalks on both sides of the road. My goodness. So it's safe to walk, push your stroller. But in most places, it's not like that. All right, so we cut this corner here. Here's Sun Plaza at Subic. Nice big building. Hey folks, it's so quiet over here. Look at that beautiful tree. And sidewalks. Sidewalks, no loud trikes. You know, I told the old lady, I said, you know, this is like a lot of places in America. Why? Well, because we built the place. It's a slice of Americana walking over here. Makes me want to move over to the base for a little bit. Maybe get a place over here just so you got such nice places to walk and get out and stretch your legs and not worry about getting run over by a damn jeepney or a trike. Here's Vista Marina Hotel and Restaurant. Looking back towards the water. Alright, here's your rates right here. Let me just check out these rates. That's December 2020. So you're looking at anywhere from $2,500, that's $50, down to these suites coming on up to $9. That's like almost a couple $100. Use of the pool, sauna, jacuzzi and gym. But you're talking really nice places in here. Vista Marina Hotel and Resort. I guess I already said that. My God, who's this beautiful girl right here? Taking a little break. Drinking me a frosty beverage. The old lady's getting her a little hydration from all this walking. Baby, did you know you was gonna do all this walking? No? I told you to wear some comfortable shoes, which you did. But you didn't think you were gonna have to walk that far carrying that backpack, huh? Alright, well. Pays to be prepared, baby. I told y'all I wasn't drinking beer for a while. But I need something to hydrate, so one Heineken hydrate me ain't gonna hurt me. But folks, where we're sitting right next to, this is the Pier 1 Bar and Grill, and I'm about to walk around there and I'll kind of show you. I'm not sure if it's open yet or not, but this is a cool place right here. Usually what our routine was to go eat at Texas Joe's and then come over to Pier 1, drink some beer and listen to the music. Okay, so here you go. So here's Pier 1 Bar and Grill. Really cool place when it's open. And again, I don't know if it's open now or not. But what you do, you go to Texas Joe's, get you a good meal. And you come down here, and folks, they had a band, good cold beer. That's like your after dinner show. TV bar, yakiniku, Korean, Japanese cuisine. So, I don't know what that place is, but it looks like an old country joint. Got a cowboy leaned up against the wall smoking a cigarette. Scuba diving place. Subic Scuba 719. Here's Tong Kyung Am, Korean Japanese restaurant. And where we're at, we're a waterfront road at Manila Avenue going that way. Off to the right side is the Terrace Hotel. And folks, the water's right there, so all these properties right here, they look like they're waterfront. So you got the terrace with a sign that says now open. And again, you're looking right through at the water to the port over there. Off to the left side of the aircraft is the Sierra Bio Grand Leisure Hotel. Looks like there's a Herbie's Mansion off to the left, right next to Texas Joe's. Alright, and this 7-Eleven is closed down. And folks, this is the famous Texas Joe's. And if you're looking for some excellent food, right there is Texas Joe's. Authentic American smokehouse. They got steaks. Looks just like the Alamo. And somebody told me that back in the day, this used to be the NCO club. I don't know if that's true or not. Somebody correct me. It's right here at Waterfront at McKinley Street. And here's another look back at the place right here. But this is one of the places you must go to. No thank you, man. Don't need the coins, but thank you anyhow. No thank you. Don't need a Rolex. Alright, look at this. Sidewalks. Folks, sidewalks. My goodness, my goodness. Sidewalk as far as the eye can see. Now over here to the left side is the Hotel Bahia, if I say that right. And it's got a little bar right there, which is too cool. And I think that bar is calling me and it's saying have a drink over here at that bar. And I think I'm gonna have to. I'll take you down a little bit further and see what's happening over here. Pista Sabario Inn, your home away from home. Got a special menu. And another little quaint little bar over here at the corner. And over here you got a Subic Bay sign. Here, baby, want a picture up against this SBMA Tourism Department events for the month? All right, let's get a picture of this beautiful girl. This girl's so beautiful today, my friends. She's so beautiful when she wears her Daisy Dukes. But she's got a problem with fashion. She doesn't understand anything about fashion. And I keep telling her, baby, that makes you look beautiful. But today she wanted to put on these granny shorts like my grandma was wearing back in the 50s. And I keep walking over here towards these boats. See what's happening over here, folks. See what we can get into. I was always worried and so shy. Like, she sees this barrier and she's like, we can't go through there. I said, baby, relax. Relax, we own the place. Everywhere you go, just act like you own the place. And people say, what are you doing? You just ask them, well, no, what are you doing? I'm over here filming the boats. That's what I'm doing. Folks, we have found the home of the Red Dragon. Honey, we just found the home of the Red Dragons. Baby, my God, we have found the dragon's lair. Folks, this is the official home. I always thought there were only 2 red dragons of Subic Bay. Count those. There are 3 red dragons of Subic Bay. My goodness, this is the lair. Yeah, if you're looking for souvenirs, they got some souvenir shops right here. in the parking lot of this place. Now you see all those coconuts down there? Alright, now look. When you come in contact with trees, the coconut trees that are that tall, you see those coconuts up there? If somebody doesn't take those out on a regular basis, when they drop, it's like a bowling ball hitting you in the head. You're a dead man. Just thought I'd show you that. Now, what is this? This is the old Admiral Cafe, I reckon it is. I don't know. Beautiful fountain, beautiful property, but it looks like it's seen its better days. Alright, we'll keep pushing this way. Let's go, baby. Yeah, so these gentlemen right here, they're getting those coconuts out of them trees. Looks like they're pruning this tree here too, because that joker right there is affecting operations on the power lines. This is Networks Jet Sports, which is right next to Jerry's Restaurant and Bar. Hey folks, I'm hearing some activity. I'm hearing some music. I'm hearing some tunes. Looks like Jerry's might be the place to be. Alright, so it is open. But we're not in the mood for any food right now. Now, this is Court Meridian Hotel and Suites on Subic Bay, right across the streets from Jerry's and Arisi Restaurant and Bar. Okay, and it's coming up on Rojas Street. So we'll just keep pushing down to the end. The sun is beating down on this camera. Hopefully it doesn't do a thermal shutdown on me. But we'll keep pushing down to the end. Oh yeah, I'm getting a thermal shutdown warning. Okay, so right over here to the right side of the aircraft, and I am getting a thermal shutdown warning on this darn camera, and I'm only shooting in 1080. The crazy lady said, "I know who you are." I said, "Who?" She said, "You're a rich boy." I said, "Oh yeah? That's why I'm fucking walking and not riding in a goddamn Mercedes. Your logic is flawed, honey." Casino Filipino, Subic Bay. And let me come over here to the left side and take a look at this building here that we're gonna pass. Okay, let's keep trucking, baby. Casino Filipino. Don't look like it's open. Another place that's seen its better days. Alright, got a sign here that says Grande Island Resort. There's a Philippine flag here at Lincoln Street and Waterfront. So I guess we should check that out. GrandeIslandResort.com. Is it open? Eric said he had all the information on that, so I got to get with him. Alright, so come out here and check out these ferries. There you go, right there. The screen's blinking. About to do a thermal shutdown on me. Ooh, that boat over there's got like twin 4-strokes hanging on the back of it. Got the pier right here. Alright, so come over here and check out these monuments and the flagpoles. See what the monuments have to say. Children of the Sun returning. Okay, so I know Fatima wants a photo here. So look around. I'm trying to slow down my pans and my camera movements. But like I said before, when you're out exploring and seeing things that you've never seen before, you know, nothing we do is scripted. So I'm just excited about seeing this area as the old lady is. So you're exploring, it's hard to slow down and say, wait a minute, slow down the camera movements. Because, you know, we get excited ourselves, so we're just trying to go and see the new stuff and like, wait a minute, Slow down the filmography, the videography. Got these old cannons here. Oh, okay, they got lights in these things here, which shine up on the flagpole. Let me just slow pan it here. There you go. Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority. Let's see if I can get that in there. 50 miles over here with another statue. Okay, so pushing forward, got some other type of monument over here. See what we got here, baby. I think we got to come in from the front. And now we can slide up through here. All right, let's see what we got here. Australian military forces. Check out this old structure right here. Obviously seen its better day. And baby, what I want you to do is jump on there and walk out over there, and I'm going to take your picture. It's not very deep, baby. It's not very deep at all. Water's pretty clear over here, folks. I'm still showing a overheating warning, and I'm not shooting 4K. This little camera right here, it'll only shoot 4K in this heat for about a minute, 2 minutes, and it'll do a thermal shutdown. So this RX100 is a 4K camera that doesn't shoot 4K. But even with 1080, it's showing a thermal shutdown. It's one of the most important things when you go to buy a camera. If you're going to start a YouTube channel, you're running a YouTube channel, the most important thing about a damn camera is, does it work? Will it work? Will it work if it's cold outside? Will it work if it's hot outside? Will it work more than 3 minutes in the heat before it does a thermal shutdown? A lot of these cameras do so many great things, like this RX100, which is supposed to shoot 4K, but it won't shoot 4K for more than 2 minutes in this heat. You drop it down to 1080, even though you want to shoot 4K, and now it's still showing a thermal shutdown. You know, that's not good when you're out here trying to film. If the thing doesn't work when you want it to work, it's a useless piece of gear. You know, that's it. It doesn't matter what resolution it shoots in, how the audio is. If the thing does not work in the conditions that you're trying to make it work into, it's useless. So I didn't want to lug the big camera today because I'm doing a lot of walking, right? And the big camera's heavy as hell. Should have brought the big camera. You know why? Because the damn thing works. It can be 1,000,000 degrees out and that big camera won't do a thermal shutdown. But I bring the little one here, even at 1080, is threatening me with a thermal shutdown. Okay, enough about camera stuff. Coming up to this little dock right here, this little pier, little boathouse, whatever you got. Another place that's seen its better days. I have no idea what this is or what it used to be. And I have no idea if this camera is still recording, because the screen is dimmed out on me. But again, another place seen its better days. I'm sure some of you listen to my voice, you know exactly what this is, what it was. Okay, baby, keep rolling there, baby. Let me film this other side of this here thing. That old door with the detail on that door right there. Then you got this sign over here. It says under SBMA control. Alright, I'll give you a look back at this little building. Folks, the water is like really clear right here. Baby, you want to go swimming? Okay, so here we go. This old building here. And And I'm not sure what it says on the front because I'm back here on the backside right now. But obviously this thing was here back in the day. Check out that roof. And I think, you know what, I think I can film the back of it. This little beach area here. Let me jump down. Alright, let's see if we can get down here. Get a little angle out of this dangle. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my god, come on baby. Baby, we're going exploring. Listen, this place was bought and paid for by United States taxpayer money. I don't think nobody's gonna get too excited if I'm over here just filming pieces of history. Now folks, people have talked about urchins. You don't eat that? That you? Alright, folks. There you go. Check out the back of this building. So you got like this little private beach over here. Looks like there was a playground. It's another place just seen its better days, you know. You just got this beautiful little private beach back here. And I'm telling you, look how clear this water is. There's a look around at that little building. Let's go around the front and see what it says these days. Yeah. Got a lot of them on there. Honey, don't try to eat that, baby. Yeah, they're everywhere down there.
Yeah.
They're all over here. If you're into eating sea urchins, it's a place you need to come to. Alright. Come on, baby. Oh, there we go, girl. Let's go see what the front of this building says. But the front of this building says something jewelry Bourse, and then it says JT's Manukan Grilling Soon. It's building 244, which is right next to the reef. I'm across the street because the sun is backlighting us real bad. Okay, but here you go. All right, now you should be able to see. It's building 244. All right, now this sign down at the end says Sagara Hotel. And you've got kind of this like round building. What does it say? Liberty Sports Bar and Grill. You got a thing that says Jack lives here. You got Global. And I'll take you for a walk over there in a second. But this says welcome to the Port of Subic Bay Administration Building. And we're at Sampson Road and Waterfront Road. Alright, so we'll take a walk back here. I'm not sure what's going on these days. Controlled area, Global Terminals Development. So whatever, but this was the Liberty Sports Bar and Grill. Okay, so I think that place is open, or it was open before the lockdowns, because there's booze in there. So let me come around here and see if I can get a better view. But you've got the thing that says Sagara Hotel. Okay, so this is Taft Street. Taft Street at Waterfront. And I was just going to walk back here and show you some of the other old buildings. Folks, it's hot in that sun today. My goodness. In the shades, it's okay. In the shade, you got a nice cool breeze. But in the hot sun, it is so hot. And see, like if you're over here in this little park right here, man, it's cool as can be. You'd be cool as a cucumber. That building says 255 right here at Berryman Street. That's building 255. The next building over, which is Phil, it's got the post office over there. If anybody's looking for the post office, 662 is the building number. So there you go, 255, and then building 662. He's got this beautiful little shaded park here. That big old tree over there. Alright, that's looking at the back of building 255. Building 662, which is a daycare center, or so the sign says. Now, what's this little building over here? I hope you enjoyed that little tour down at the end of Waterfront. Now Fatima and I are headed down back to the bar next to Texas Joe's to meet Eric and Mercy and have a drink. They happen to be over in the same area as we were today. So I was like, man, let's have a drink. Talk about the mysteries of life. So that's where we're headed now. And folks, you know, I get a lot of requests from a lot of you old timers, and I use that term lovingly, obviously. You know, about doing more walking tours around the base, show you around more. And we'll try to do that because it really is pleasant walking over here. You know, walking around Barrio Barreto or Angeles City, places like that. There's so much damn noise and nowhere to walk and paying attention to the camera. You almost get your ass run over. But over here, it's just quite pleasant to walk around. So Fatima and I will try to make some more walking tour videos over here on the base. Just hit different areas. Just wish we could get bring little Forrest G over here, but they said there was a sign that said something about, you know, under 15 years of age, over 65. There's a sign up there, something. I don't know if they're still enforcing anything. I don't really know, but I did see some type of sign. So I don't know if we could get him over here, push him around in the stroller or carry him around. Somebody probably say something to us. I don't know. But if I could get him over here and get him out and about, we would certainly spend more time over here on the base. Well, what's this old building here? I'm not sure what this building is off to the left side of the aircraft. It's right here at the end of Rojas Street. Some older little buildings. Right next to Jerry's Grill. I would have loved to have been here, you know, 1980 and really seen this place and then be here now. But that was before my time. Alright, so just give you a look around here. I mean, at one time this had to be a beautiful property. With this statue. I mean, at one time, I'm sure this was the place to be right here. Got a chandelier hanging. And the sign says the Admiral Cafe and Bakery Events. But obviously that wasn't, I don't think that was the original purpose of this building. Could be, what the hell do I know? But it just seems like at one point, you know, you have a circle driveway, so you got that fountain going off. Got cars coming in here, dropping people off. It seems like a swank place to be at one point. But it's another place that has seen its better days. We got deep excavations going on here on Louboutin Street. That's where the spot is located. Alright folks, so talked to Eric. He said the outdoor bar at Texas Joe's is a lot cooler. And that sounds good to us because we've been baked in the sun for quite a couple hours. That's where we were going right there. Got the trash truck going on. Hey buddy, how are you? Hey. to the Hotel Bahia. But yeah, I can see the sun's kind of beating down in there. So there's Eric and Mercy. And we are going to the outdoor bar here at Texas Joe's. Buddy.
Hello.
Hello. And folks, you gotta come inside first to do your temperature check. So I just give you a look around Texas Joe's when it's not crowded. It smells delicious up in here. My goodness. Alright folks, if I demand want some homemade ice cream. Hello sir, how are you?
Shall be fined 1,500 or 4 hours of community service at every instance. Different penalties for business establishment.
Alright folks, we're gonna get the waffle cone. Never listen to this damn warning over here that if you litter, they're gonna fine you or give you some community service, so don't litter.
From a mobile number 911.
Alright.
Or the no.
Got that sun going down over there now. Much better for the videography.
Hi, this is Amy Ace, Chairman.
What you gonna get, baby?
Of the Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority.
What flavor?
As a precautionary measure against the 2019 novel coronavirus, SBMA is implementing random body temperature scans at all vehicular and pedestrian gates leading to the Subic Bay Freeport.
Oh, that looks
We
good.
ask for your patience and understanding for any inconvenience and traffic this will cause. Let us all protect ourselves and keep our bodies
Alright, that'll get a good
healthy.
Filipino snack on this girl right here, my friends.
Soap and water.
She's gonna get a good Filipino snack.
Avoid crowded places. Clean and
My goodness, baby, how many scoops is that? Pound on that, my friends. My goodness, she didn't wait. Honey, how hungry are you? Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Baby, how many scoops is that?
I don't know.
That's like 18 scoops.
Chairman and Administrator
My
of the
goodness.
Metropolitan Authority. SBMA is strictly implementing the no littering policy.
God damn, we got, how many times we gotta listen to that? Okay, don't throw trash on the ground.
Any kind of waste in parks.
So folks, I'm out of battery, and thanks for joining us on this video. And I'll put all this reading will be at the end of the video. Because I know some people are into history, and some people are into the details, and some people aren't. I'm the type of guy that I'm into the details, and I like to read all of the writings I can read on the monuments when I visit places like this. Alright, so it's already dark, but it's already dark, so you get to take a look at this place lit up at night. Yeah, back at Texas Joe's. Beautiful over here in the evenings, my friends. Look at Fatima looking so beautiful. Baby, how'd you get to be so beautiful? Almost to the gate. Folks, and over there is the Coco Near Resort. Beautiful building, just right down here from the gate. There's Jason. He's like, damn man, the hell are these fools doing all day? Ahoy, buddy! We got Eric's tent on the roof of this thing. Okay folks, so this is the Children of the Sun returning. And I'm going to show you what the monument is, and I'm going to read it. And it looks like they're pulling off, I don't know, are those blindfolds? I think that's what it is. Pulling off blindfolds. Alright, let's come over here. I'm going to read this to you. This monument here. Children of the Sun returning. Land of the morning, child of the sun returning. This is from the English version of the Philippine National Anthem. We, the children of the sun, had lost our way. Apathy blinded us, stripped us of our power, releasing the crab among us, enslaving our souls to envy. But that was not all. The skies darkened and the earth shook. Pinatubo taught us humility before nature. And then the Americans were gone as well. Nature and man took our jobs, our wealth, our security. November 24, 1992, a day of reckoning, a defining moment, when we found within ourselves the true spirit of the Filipino, for it was then that we threw off the blinds that had entrapped us and reached out to one another, bound together by a dream of the future, trusting one another at last. The children of the sun had returned, Who are we? We are the father who toiled for decades in the citadel of power, now jobless and abandoned, yet strong and sure. We are the mother strong enough to carry both family and community, now and forever our inspiration. We are the youth, that a citizen of the world now return, from the great cities here and abroad, to serve the future of his homeland. We are the child, the promise of tomorrow and the joy of today. We are the volunteers of Subic Bay. We are the children of the sun returning. Land of the morning, blessed by God Almighty. Your children of the sun have returned at last. We have taken the blind leap of faith in our God and our country and ourselves. We have volunteered. We have given all we have. Our energies, our spirits, our love. We believe in the land of the morning. We believe in the promise of tomorrow. We believe in each other. We believe in the love of our God. Today calls, tomorrow calls. God will guide. Join us. It is our time. Unveiled on 25 November 1996 on the occasion of the 4th APEC Leaders Summit. Okay, so that's that monument right there. People taking off their blindfolds. Beautiful palm trees right here. Alright, let's go over to the next one and read this one and see what we got, folks. And we were here earlier, but it was so darn hot out. The sun was so bright. It was messing up my videography, and we just didn't want to stand out in the hot sun that long and read all the stuff. But I do want to read everything to you for the historical record. I don't remember if there was one on the flagpole here or not. Oh yeah, here we go. Alright, so Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority, 5 years ago today, this 24th day of November 1997, the U.S. Navy in solemn ceremonies relinquished administration, control, and possession of the former Subic Naval Base after 94 years to the sovereign Philippine government. Presiding over the ceremony was His Excellency President Fidel V. Ramos. President and the historic turnover were for the Philippine government, you have Honorable Roberto R. Romulo, Secretary of Foreign Affairs. Honorable Richard J. Gordon, Mayor, City of Olongapo, Chairman of Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority. And for the United States government, Admiral James Kelly, Commander-in-Chief. Rear Admiral Thomas Mercer, Commander, U.S. Naval Base, Subic Bay, Philippines. The Honorable Richard Solomon, U.S. Ambassador to the Philippines. This flagpole originally stood at a height of 94 feet, signifying the end of 94 years foreign forces occupied this vast complex. On its mast flies the country's largest free-flying Philippine flag. With it soars the dreams, aspirations, and capacity of the people and volunteers of Olongapo City and Subic. It symbolizes the emergence of a new Filipino spirit and attitude embodied by commitment, dedication, sense of community, and love for country. On its 4th year, the foundation was raised to a height of 8 feet, representing the 8,000 volunteers who selflessly dedicated themselves to protecting and preserving this mighty facility for the prosperity of their community and the resurgence of respect for the Filipino people and the entire community. And the entire country. Simultaneously, another 18 feet was added, representing the 18 heads of states of APEC member economies. Today, proudly towering at a total height of 120 feet in this historic pedestal of honor, this mighty flag gloriously heralds the new Filipino spirit into the new millennium. For all sea vessels and aircrafts of the world plying majestic Subic Bay to pay homage in triumphant splendor. This flag and marker is dedicated to all the volunteers who serve their country selflessly, to all those who believed and those who endured through shared visions, shared struggles, and shared triumphs. And as mandated by the Republic Act 8491, the flag and heraldic code of the Philippines, the Philippine flag shall be permanently hoisted on this site 24/7 throughout the year and shall be illuminated at night. Okay, alright, so that's interesting. So this flag doesn't come down, according to the marker here. And as you will see, you've got plenty of lights here that do illuminate it at night. Alright, so that's interesting. So there is no raising and lowering of that flag flying up there. And folks, that is a big flag. Okay, interesting. Now we'll come over here to this last monument, which I didn't really take the time to read the whole thing earlier, but now that it's not so hot, we'll go ahead and read what we have going on here. And looks like this young lady, I don't know, is that an eagle that she's holding up there? Alright, so let's go over here. Okay, so this is the hands that freed the nation. Let the dozen hands pay tribute to the magnificent 12 senators of the Republic of the Philippines who on September 16, 1991 stood up and declared no, and that's in capitals, to the RP U.S. military bases treaty, thus finally ending more than 4 centuries of foreign military presence in the country. Let the image of Inang Laya, Mother Country, now unbound and standing proudly, be the embodiment of the generation of Filipinos who kept the flames of freedom ablaze during the bleakest moments in history from the Philippine Revolution of 1896. This ended in the centuries of colonial to the people power movement in it's kind of messed up, that releases from
1986.
Is that 1986? That releases from the shackles of dictatorship, the Filipino people unveil through sheer determination and perseverance. Let the bird in flight signify the triumph of the Filipino spirit, hope, spirit/hope times of uncertainty, courage in the face of adversity, faith in God and our country, compassion toward others, and readiness to overcome obstacle. This monument is dedicated to the hands paused and present that liberated the nation, to the hands linked in unity as a people and in solidarity with the community of nations, to the hands extended to the others for peace and goodwill, to the hands that continue to guard Inang Laya from oppression, and to the hand from where our collective and aspiration take flight. Okay, and again, there you go. That's the monument there. So apparently we have these 12 hands of these senators who voted to oust the United States military. Senator Juan Ponce Enrile. I have a higher estimation of our people's capability than this moment entertains. I have a higher opinion of Filipino courage than this government has, because it rescued me at EDSA. I calculate a higher sum of our military's collective strength than its poor leadership claims for it, because I saw it go through many victories in my time. Finally, I have a higher vision of this country's destiny than as a depot of diminishing importance of a foreign power. The country we can be strong, proud, progressive is dying to be born, but cannot until this unequal relationship expires. A new dawn is aching to break, but cannot until the Senate lays down its final verdict on the U.S. bases in a long, unequal relationship. That verdict can only be, as I hereby vote, no, no, and no. No more and never again. God save the Republic. Long live the Filipino people. Here's Senator Wigberto E. Tañada. Today is our turn to perform our duty to history. Those words were uttered 5 years ago, yet they now are more relevant than ever. In the words of Senator Lorenzo M. Tañada, we could live with certain shortcomings or even mistakes in the choices we may make regarding our form of government or electoral systems. But in the matter of drafting or enforcing a sovereign charter or defining a self-determined direction of our future, we cannot shirk our history, responsibility, and the supreme task of building a sovereign nation. Okay, that's in Tagalog, folks, and I don't speak Tagalog. And that's the same from Senator Joseph E. Estrada. I don't speak Tagalog, so somebody can translate that down in the comments for us, please. Senator President Javito R. Salonga. In our history as a nation, our best years were when we took our destiny in our hands and faced the uncertain future with boldness and hope and faith. Those were the times when Filipinos experienced a sense of national renewal and self-respect. The Revolution of 1896, the battle for the liberation of the Philippines from 1942 to 1945, the struggle for freedom during the darkest years of martial law, culminating in the mountain peak experience of EDSA in February 1986. How can we ever forget these high moments in the life of this nation? September 16, 1991 may well be the day when we in the Senate found the soul, the true spirit of this nation, because we mustered the courage and the will to declare the end of foreign military presence in the Philippines and help pave the way to lasting peace here and in the world. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God, our Lord said in his deathless Sermon on the Mount. Therefore, I vote no to this treaty, and if it were only possible, I would vote 203 million times no. I also vote a resounding yes to this resolution of non-concurrence. Salamat po at mabuhay ang basang Pilipinas. Okay, Senator Agapito S. Aquino. I'm calling on the Filipino people to take heart in this dawn of our nation's birth. With our redeemed pride and honor, let us join hands, roll up our sleeves, and get down to work toward the long overdue overhaul of our society. Together, let us hasten the emergence of a hard-working, confident, self-reliant, community-oriented, civic-minded, and law-abiding citizenry. By insisting on my stand of rejection, I have risked the contempt of my friends, lost the support of my constituency, and earned the anger of the President, whose opinion and approval I value. Nevertheless, I stand firm in my decision to vote against the proposed treaty. As I have already said, I love my country more than I love my President. Senator Victor S. Ziga. Not sure how you pronounce your name, sir. There appears to be a growing orchestrated attempt to create a supposed clamor for the ratification of the proposed treaty. The tactics being employed remind us of the same attempts to gain popular acceptance for martial rule. I refuse to ride the crest of this fleeting popularity. I refuse to be deceived by fancy rhetoric and cheap propaganda. I refuse to sacrifice our national interests in exchange for a bundle of vague promises. Rather, I choose to continue to work for what I believe is right and just for our country. I therefore submit my action to the lasting judgment of history with my conscience and firm conviction as my cause. Alright folks, so there's the first 6. Let me take a break and we'll follow up with the 6 on the right side of the statue. Okay, this is Senator Sotero H. Laurel. I realize, Mr. President, how difficult it is for popularly elected public officials to disagree with the sovereign people on matters that directly or indirectly affect them. Easier it is for them to say, show me where the people are going and I shall lead them. But the times, Mr. President, call for moral courage. The courage to differ and take a position on controversial issues in the larger interest of all the people themselves. It is now time for inspired and well-informed leadership, and it is time for leaders to lead. In the pursuit of our common goal to build a new world order of democracy, peace, freedom, and security, it is also better, I believe, to be a strong, independent ally than remain a weak and subservient satellite. For these considerations, Mr. President, based on law and reason, I vote for the resolution of non-concurrence, which of course means I also vote against the treaty. Senator Orlando S. Mercado. With my vote, I call upon the people to hold firmly and dearly on to national pride and self-respect. These are not mere words, as some of those driven by despondency to cynicism sneer at. We cannot eat our pride, they say, and appealing to basic needs, ridicule the people's capacity to sacrifice with dignity and tact. They would want us to swallow our pride by accepting this grossly inequitable treaty. National pride and self-respect are not mere words. They are solid and indispensable values that we must nurture and strengthen within ourselves. They are what make us a nation and not just a population. I vote yes to non-concurrence. Senator Aquilino Q. Pimentel Jr. We who vote on this treaty have been subjected not only to pressures but also to threats. In my case, let me tell all concerned that during the past regime I have laid my life in the line. I have been arrested and jailed no less than 4 times. I have been ousted from office twice all because I would not bow down to the imposition of a dictatorship that was, by the way, kept in place through U.S. support, and because I had wanted to contribute my bit to keep alive the flame of freedom that illuminates the country today. On this day, therefore the day of our final deliverance, I hope, from the clutches of a colonial power, I say to those who threaten us with political oblivion or physical extinction for our vote of rejection, go ahead, do your worst, because we will do our best. This is Senator Rennie A.V. Sagisag. Hope I said that right. It is true that jobs and money may be lost. However, this expected consequence yields to time and effort. But no nation becomes great without being prepared to give up much more than these. Success as a nation can only come after effort, unity, hard work, and fervent prayer. And it crowns struggle, sacrifice, selflessness, self-reliance, and self-liberates from the dangers of our own fears, insecurities, diffidence, and timidity. I vote yes to friendship. I vote yes to cooperation. I vote no to the basing rights agreement 1001 times no. Okay, so we got 2 more folks. This is Senator Ernesto M. Maceda. I refuse to be hounded by the phantoms of Malacañang. I heed the call and clamor of the youth who have shouted so long, "This is our generation, this is our future, set us free today. Unchain us now, vote no to further domination by the United States." I share in the dream of those who will not surrender to despair, and so in conscience I join them in rejecting this Dracula of a treaty, this insult to the national intelligence, this disgrace to the worst diplomacy. I join them in following my conscience in rejecting this document. In this summer of disaster and discontent, I vote no to a document of enmity, division, and disadvantage, and another instrument of surrender. Mr. President, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, for God and country, consummatum est. It's beyond me, folks. Senator Teofisto T. Gingona Jr. This is a decision to break off from the shackles of the past. It is time we came into our own, time to become fully self-reliant, time to stand by ourselves in cooperation with others as equals, time to end our dependency relationship with the United States of America, which it spawned at times to their interest and advantage. Men like Andres Bonifacio, Manuel L. Cazon, Claro M. Recto, and Lorenzo M. Teñada dreamt of breaking the shackles of foreign dominance. We are Filipinos, and the destiny of our nation lies in us. Let us stand together, let us face the challenge, let us build the future. Okay, so basically this seems to be a monument to the 12 senators who led the charge against not renewing the treaty with the United States, where these bases were eventually turned back over to the Philippine government. Just to look around here, folks. It's a beautiful sunset over those mountains over there. These 2 boats over here, catamaran looking boats, looks like they've seen their better days. But just a beautiful place to come out here, learn about some history. And we got one more monument over here that I showed you earlier, but I don't know if I can read the whole thing because my battery's about to go down. So I'm going to try to read all this. Maybe my battery goes down. It's the Hell Ships Memorial. This memorial honors the thousands of World War II Allied prisoners of war transported under horrific conditions by their Japanese captors on hell ships and scattered all across Asia to work as slave laborers in factories, shipyards, and mines to support the Japanese war effort. Many thousands of men were carried on these ships, and thousands of those perished from murder, starvation, sickness, and neglect, or were killed when friendly forces unknowingly attacked the unmarked ships. These heroes came from different homelands, different backgrounds, and different circumstances, but they shared a love of freedom and a dedication to protecting their homelands. Truly, the hell ships remain among the most senseless atrocities of World War II, as so many lives were destroyed for no purpose or reason. As early as the spring of 1942, only a few months after the fall of Allied territories in the Far East, the Japanese began moving POWs by sea out of the conquered areas and sending them to Thailand, Taiwan, Burma, China, Korea, and Japan itself to be used as slave labor. 1,000 or more men were crammed into a cargo hold, often with only enough room to stand for a journey that could last weeks. The heat was stifling, the stench unbearable, even the most basic sanitary and medical provisions were refused. Hundreds of men, already weak and suffering from disease after years in POW camps, succumbed. Hundreds more went out of their minds. Added to these inhumane conditions was the extreme brutality of the Japanese guards. Those who survived the unimaginable nightmare of the hell ships described their time aboard as the most horrific chapter of their wartime captivity. In the final months of the war in the Pacific, with the Allies closing in, the Japanese began to escalate the movement of POWs on hell ships. While Japanese weapons transports bore Red Cross markings, ships carrying prisoners of war went purposely unmarked and were unknowingly targeted by Allied aircraft and submarines. Dozens of hell ships were attacked, killing hundreds of Allied POWs. More than half a century later, many of the men lie beneath no headstone or other marker, their bodies impossible to recover from their watery graves. This is the only memorial they will ever have. The Japanese committed many atrocities against POWs, but the decision to transport them on unmarked prison ships, making them legitimate Allied targets, is beyond comprehension. This memorial will offer a place of quiet reflection to future generations who must discover the extraordinary sacrifice of these heroes, not only that they may draw inspiration from their example, but also to reaffirm the enduring hope of a world set free from war. The Hell Ships Memorial will forever speak of this hope, serving as an anchor holding fast against the slow currents of complacency and forgotten loss. This memorial was constructed and is supported by those who survived the nightmare of being a POW and family and friends of those who died. It is dedicated on January 22nd, 2006, Subic Bay, Republic of the Philippines. This is from VFW Post 11447. Let's see. This is in memory of Captain David G. Erickson. It's like Quartermaster, U.S. Army. Member of U.S. and Filipino forces that were surrendered on Bataan April 9th, 1942. He completed the Bataan Death March and turned to Camp O'Donnell, Cabanatuan, Bilibid, Naval POW camps, transported to Japan on the three infamous December 1944 hell ships. Died January 31st, 1945 in Moji, Japan, just 2 days after arrival in Japan. This is presented by a proud and loving son, David K. Erickson. This plaque is dedicated to the Australians, Australian Armed Forces, who fought here, and to the thousands that lost themselves on the infamous hell ships. This is in honor of Major Samuel Heisinger, U.S. Army, captured May 1942 on Corregidor. He died January 1945 on board a hell ship, and looks like, is that Palawan? Or is that Taiwan? In Taiwan. This memorial was envisioned and dedicated January 2006 by his son, Captain, is that Dwayne Lawrence Heisinger, United States Navy. Alright, so this one's in memory of William C. Blackledge, Captain, Infantry. So United States Army Reserve, Principal of Pangasinan High School, 1933 to 1937. Served with U.S. and Filipino forces on Bataan, survived the death march only to suffer brutal treatment at Camp O'Donnell in Cabanatuan. Shipped in December 1944 on the infamous hell ships, the Orioku Maru, and folks, let's see, I don't know how to say that, Enora Maru and the Brazil Maru. Died 2 days after arrival in Japan. There we go. Born 10 May 1905 in Rushville, Indiana. Died 1 February 1945 in Moji, Japan. Presented by his widow, his sons, and their families. And sorry folks if I messed some of that up. It's just couldn't read it due to the shadow and some of it's faded out. This is the Philippine Department. It says American Legion, lest we forget. In memory of those, the Silver Bullet. It says Lost of the Hell Ships. 192nd Tank Battalion, survivors of the Death March, lost on hell ships. Maywood Bataan de Organization. Gift of Private Alexander Gore family. We remember. In loving memory, Lieutenant N. Mentor Dial. Perished in the sinking of the Orioku Maru, December 15th, 1944. I think that's Navy Cross. And folks, the Orioku Maru is sunk just off of where we're standing right now. The Australian military forces, when World War broke out, nearly 1 million Australians from a population of only 7 million proudly stepped forward to serve. In bitter fighting in Southeast Asia and the Pacific, Australia suffered some 17,500 fatalities, including over 700 civilian casualties. More than 22,000 Australians were taken as prisoners of war, and of those, some 8,000 perished under the brutal conditions imposed by the Japanese. The sinking of the hell ship Montevideo Maru alone account for over 1,000 military and civilian deaths. This monument recognizes Australia's contribution and sacrifice in defense of the ideals of freedom. May future generations never forget these brave men and women who gave their lives in the service of Australia. Alright, this is a World War II hell ships roll call of nations. This historical exhibit recognizes that each of the nations of our World War II allies listed below had citizens, both civilian and military, who suffered voyages or perished aboard the Japanese hell ships. We've got America, Australia, Britain, Canada, China, Czechoslovakia, Denmark, Formosa, Holland, India, Indonesia, Ireland, Malaysia, New Zealand, Norway, Philippines, Scotland, Singapore, Sweden, Switzerland, Thailand, and Russia. Alright, this memorial honors those 1,053 Australian prisoners of war and civilians who lost their lives when the Japanese naval prisoner ship Montevideo Maru was sunk by an Allied submarine on 1st July 1942 off the coast of the Philippines, positioned 10 degrees 37 minutes north latitude and 119 degrees 29 minutes east longitude. The ship sailed from Rabaul, located on the island of New Britain in the mandated territory of New Guinea and administered by Australia on behalf of the League of Nations. Rabaul was of strategic importance to Australia's defense, consisting of Australian military who were known as Lark Force, together with the local militia unit New Guinea Volunteer Rifles. Rabaul was overwhelmed by a large Japanese invasion force on 22nd January 1942, and many Australian servicemen and civilians were captured. 852 military, comprising, 600, looks like 686 from 2nd of the 22nd Battalion and attached units, 132 from 2-1 Independent Company and 34 from NGWR, and 201 civilian prisoners were embarked on the Montevideo Maru at Rabaul on 22nd June 1942. They were never seen again. Their families were not advised until late 1945, months after the Pacific War ended. This World War II tragedy has special significance as it is Australia's worst ever single maritime disaster. These men served Australia with courage and honor and with a dignity never to be forgotten. This plaque was erected by NGVR and PNGVR, ex-members association, 22 2nd Battalion Lark Forces Association, PNG Association of Australia, and Greenbank RSL Sub-Branch Australia, and was dedicated by the Australian Ambassador to the Philippines, Mr. Rod Smith, on 1st July 2009. My Filipina is here yakking me because I just took the time to read all that. She doesn't understand. It's kind of hard to see. I know it's kind of stuttering at times, but like the glare coming off the trees and everything, because it's kind of a shiny surface. A little bit difficult to read. I think I can read it easier when I go back and look at it on the video, but those are what the markers say. I think I covered all the ones that are in this area here. And if I left something out, it wasn't on purpose, folks. It was just inadvertently got left out, but I think I read everything. And so just a little piece of history here, from talking about the hell ships to, you know, talking about the treaty that didn't get you know, re-ratified, and therefore the United States military moved out of here.